Welcome to Fortune Forecast. I am Daisy. In this video, I am going to provide us with a cheat sheet to recap the last 4 short videos that I made on how to learn 4 major suits, which is what we have here going on. We have the swords, we have the cups, pentacles, and the wands. So let's get started. And I have this sheet. It's a very nice sheet. It's like a cardboard. And what we'll do is just put these right here and give us a little orientation, quick recap of the 4 minor cards on the tarot deck. So use a Sharpie. That way you can see it. Okay. So I'll go ahead and kind of make some columns here so that we can kind of put the different suits in place. That should be enough. So we'll start with the swords. Let's make a column for the swords. And I will go ahead and follow that with the cups. And pentacles. And the wands. So normally, when I think about the swords, for me, I'm thinking about things that cut. And cut with the truth. Cut, things as clear and decisive. With the cups, sometimes I think about things that fill. Things that fill up. Pentacles. Think about digging, earth. So I'll put the word dig. That's like my cheat sheet for that. And with the wands, put a little, sometimes maybe a little, I'm thinking about things that burn. You could use a stick to burn and start a fire. So we'll start with that idea. And hopefully I'll have enough here to write everything that I want to write down. So we'll go with the elements for each of these cards of the tarot. So the swords represent air. The cups will pouring water into it. Water. The pentacles, we're digging for gold. Earth. And the wands, we can light up and start a fire with the wands. And each one of these has a zodiac, a symbol. So we're just going to kind of write their astrological symbols first. Sometimes if you're doing astrology, I like to just reference a little bit of astrology. I am not an astrologist, so you'd have to do your research on that. But it's good to know these symbols. When you see them, you become more familiar with them too. So we have the elements, and let's talk about the attributes. And each one has different attributes. So when we think about the swords, we're cutting into things that tell truth, which bring us into the area of the mind, the intellect, also judgment, and truth. See if I can squeeze one more in, probably. I'll just wait on that. Oh, I will. I'll add it. Usually when we're thinking about swords, we're thinking about decision making, decisions, and conflicts. I don't have space here for that. So the other area with the water, the cups, now we're kind of getting into the emotions. We're also dealing with feelings. We're dealing with intuition. And relationships. It's a big word. And with the earth, the attributes to these are anything that's has to do with the earth plane, the material world, the physical body, so material, physical, and the body. So it could be one word separate, but anything that's to do out here with physical things. Also, money, household, finances, and when we move over to fire, we're here dealing with creativity, spiritual growth, self-development, passion, energy. So what we have here are just the main attributes. Air, cuts, mind, truth. Cups, fill, emotions, feelings. Earth, we dig, material, physical, money. Wands, fire, we burn, creativity, spiritual growth. So, just the basic for the attributes. So now let's go in and look at the zodiac. So here we have Libra. And that's the zodiac symbol for Libra. We also have Gemini. And with Gemini, that's the sign for that. And we also have the other air sign, Aquarius. It's a U. It's got the squiggly. Now we'll move on to the cups. So the water signs are Scorpio, and these are not in the order of the which comes first. I'm just throwing it out there. I could try and put them in the right order, like with this one, when people start with Cancer. We'll do that in another video. Then we have Scorpio. Scorpio looks like an M with a little scorpion tail. And we have Pisces. In the Pentacles, we have Taurus. We've got like a little horn. We have Virgo. And Virgo also looks like an M, just a little bit different. And then we have Capricorn. Okay, and then we have the fire signs next. Aries. Leo. And Sagittarius. Okay, so now we'll look at the other thing, that the season. And you're saying, well, why the season? Well, sometimes when you're doing a reading, they may ask you like, well, when will this happen? When? Now, one thing about the seasons that I have learned is that depending on which author you'll have, I've noticed with the swords, especially with the swords and pentacles, sometimes they flip. I will tell you that for me, I sometimes go by my own intuition, because sometimes the swords to me feel like winter, and sometimes the pentacles feels like winter, depending on what the cards are. So depending on which author you want to pick, that's fine. I personally say it has to go with your feeling, but just for this quick recap, I'm going to base it on some of the books that I've read, but I've seen them flip. But what I do on my personal readings, I just go by my intuition. I normally I feel like the swords represent winter, but most of the authors, they say that you're moving the air and it's representing that type of winter, or that autumn feeling, that you're moving things around, like all the leaves get moved. So air, autumn, I don't know. See what works for you. Do your own research on that. I just don't want you to get stuck on, well, I saw it over here and that's what you saw, you know? So autumn. Put a little leaf here. And the cups represents summer. Maybe we could do like a little ocean. Maybe a little summer here with some sun rays. Okay. And like I said, winter. I say we should put a little snowman here. What do you think? Yay. Okay, and spring. Put a little flower. A little flower for spring. So now let's move on to what else. So we have our seasons. So now let's look at, these also have associations, like I mentioned. Archangels are associated with each of the suits. So we have thunder happening right now outside my window. Gabrielle. With Archangel Raphael, as think about taking medicine, so it would be Archangel Raphael is with cups. With the pentacles, it's Archangel Uriel. Some people, they will associate, they'll say Oriel, Uriel. I've done some research on that. It doesn't matter which way you say it. And then Archangel Michael is with the wands. So that's the next one that we have, is Archangel Michael. Okay, so the next one is the cardinal directions. Okay, so we have East. For the cups, we have West. For the pentacles, it is North. And for the wands, it is south. Okay. The other thing that we talked about was the body. So each suit also affects different parts of the body, or refers to different layers, so that you can give a really good reading. So there's some associations to the different parts of the body. So the swords, and it's easy for this one because when you're dealing with the mind, so could be with head issues, anything above your neck. So and then cups, emotions, this would have to do with issues of the heart, veins, circulation. The earth, guess you figured it out. You walk on your feet on the ground. So we're talking feet, legs, limbs. Okay, funny little feet there. And then with the wands, it has to do with reproduction, or the reproductive system. Okay. This is going to be funny. Somebody do like little ovaries. I could have done the testicles, but you gotta get the idea. So this is kind of the recap cheat sheet for the suits. So we'll take another session to do all of these, but just as a quick reminder, or maybe I could do this in purple. Okay, just a reminder, there are the major arcana. And on the major arcana, they have 22 cards. We're going to go through those. And then they have the minor arcana. And from here, those are 56, which gives a total of 78 cards. And so the major arcana talks about like karma. And we're going to go into that another. And this one is daily life. The minor deals with daily life. Kind of an idea there. So what we have here is just the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands. And to give you a little bit idea of where kind of this goes for you. And hopefully this will help you to kind of put into perspective what those videos were about that we covered the other day. And some of it, like, there's some easy references, and then other things, it's like you have to kind of memorize or find, you know, what associations are comfortable for you. So hopefully this will help you kind of put a better connection to understanding the suit. And if you're interested in getting a copy of this, just make a comment and, email me, or I can email you a PDF version of this and you can have your very own cheat sheet. Okay? I hope this helps. Thank you so much. Stay coming back so that you won't miss out when I do tutorials on each of the cards. Swords, the cups, pentacles, and the wands.